Journey through time, ancient sites of Japan. Picture this: mist rising over centuries-old temples, weathered stone pathways that have felt the footsteps of emperors, and sacred gates standing sentinel over Japan's most profound historical moments. Today, we're embarking on a journey through time to explore ancient locations that shaped the soul of Japan. I'm your guide, and over the next 4 minutes, we'll visit 3 extraordinary sites that tell the story of a nation. Site 1. Horyuji Temple, Nara. Our first destination takes us to Nara Prefecture, to Horyuji Temple, the world's oldest surviving wooden structure. Built in 607 CE by Prince Shotoku, this architectural marvel has stood for over 1,400 years, defying fires, earthquakes, and the passage of time itself. Walk through the temple grounds and you're not just visiting a building, you're standing in the birthplace of Japanese Buddhism. Prince Shotoku, one of Japan's most revered historical figures, established Horyuji as a center of learning and spirituality. The 5-story pagoda that dominates the complex contains relics of the Buddha himself, brought along the Silk Road from India through China and Korea. What makes Horyuji truly significant is what it represents: the moment Japan opened itself to continental Asian culture. The temple's construction marked a turning point when Japan transformed from a collection of clans into a centralized state modeled after China's Tang dynasty. The architectural techniques, Buddhist philosophy, and artistic styles introduced here rippled across Japan, fundamentally shaping Japanese civilization. Stand before the kondo, the main hall, and you're gazing at the same wooden pillars that monks touched in the 7th century. The frescoes inside, though damaged by a 1949 fire, remain some of the finest examples of early Buddhist art in the world. Site 2. Itsukushima Shrine, Miyajima. From Nara, we travel west to Hiroshima Bay, where something extraordinary emerges from the sea itself. The floating torii gate of Itsukushima Shrine appears to hover on water, a vermilion gateway between the earthly and divine realms. Founded in 593 CE and rebuilt in its current form in 1168, Itsukushima Shrine is built on stilts over the tidal flats of Miyajima Island. Why? Because the entire island was considered so sacred that commoners were forbidden to set foot on its soil. Even today, you'll notice there's no cemetery on the island. Birth and death were prohibited here for centuries. This shrine embodies Shinto, Japan's indigenous religion, in its purest form, the worship of nature itself. The island's Mount Misen was revered as a deity, and the shrine was built as an offering to the kami, the spirits dwelling in mountains, forests, and waters. But Itsukushima's significance extends beyond religion. In the 12th century, the powerful warrior Taira no Kiyomori adopted this shrine as his clan's spiritual center. At the height of his power, Kiyomori controlled the imperial court and much of western Japan. His patronage transformed Itsukushima into a symbol of the samurai class's rising power, a shift that would define Japanese politics for the next 7 centuries. When you visit at high tide and see the torii gates seemingly floating, you're witnessing a deliberate architectural philosophy, the blending of human creation with natural beauty, a cornerstone of Japanese aesthetics. Site 3. Himeji Castle. Our final stop brings us to Himeji in Hyogo Prefecture, where the magnificent White Heron Castle, Himeji Castle, spreads its wings across the landscape. Completed in its current form in 1609, this is Japan's finest surviving example of castle architecture from the feudal era. Don't let its elegant white plaster walls and graceful roof lines fool you. Himeji Castle is a sophisticated military fortress. The complex maze of paths, dead ends, and hidden gates was designed to confuse invading armies. The walls contain hidden openings for archers and gunners. Every seemingly decorative element serves a defensive purpose. Himeji Castle represents the Edo period, when Japan achieved peace after centuries of civil war. Tokugawa Ieyasu unified the country in 1600, and castles like Himeji became symbols of the shogun's power and the rigid social order he imposed. For over 250 years, Japan isolated itself from the world, and these castles stood as monuments to samurai authority and feudal hierarchy. What makes Himeji particularly remarkable is that it never saw battle and survived World War II bombing raids unscathed, a miracle considering nearby cities were devastated. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a time capsule of Japan's warrior age. Closing. From Horyuji's introduction of Buddhism, to Itsukushima's sacred Shinto traditions, to Himeji's samurai legacy, these sites aren't just tourist destinations. They're chapters in Japan's story, each one marking a transformation that shaped the nation. When you visit, you're not just seeing history, you're walking through it. Subscribe to Timelines of Nations for weekly videos exploring the ancient to modern history of countries around the world.